day, everyone. Good day. Thank you for visiting my channel. We'll wait a couple minutes so more people join us. See my channel on the computer. Let's see the computer with time. Oh, here I see it. Let's check the microphone. Can I hear it? Can you hear me, guys? Oh, it's working, the microphone. Okay, hope you can hear me. Good morning, my dear friends. Good morning, beautiful morning today. I know it's a holidays in America. We just finished yesterday our Canada Day. Weather wasn't cooperating too much with us, but let's hope for the best. Today we are talking about cookware. Last week we talked about dineware, how much dineware you need, what type of dineware you need. Today we're going to talk about cookware, what you need in your house, what to buy, what not to buy. My YouTube showing me that I have lots of 18 to 24 years old following me. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. I thank all of you who followed my channel, who is interested in my channel, and hope I can bring my wisdom to all of you and teach you something new, or we can share to each other something new. And let's start our conversation about cookware. Everybody who is starting a new house, who is moving to a new place, always the first thing we think, what do we need to bring with us? What do we don't need to bring with us? What do we need to buy? If you building, if you moved out recently from your parents, or you're just building a new life, let's talk about what you need to buy. Every house needs frying pan. The frying pans usually very expensive, and they don't usually very good quality. Every frying pan you buy, the Teflon one, or like all these most popular ones today, it's stoneware, it's all different stainless steels. Most of them, they last about a year. They don't do a good job. They become stained inside, or they start burning your food. So what do you do to avoid all this? Look for the good, expensive frying pans. This one, made in Italy, it's called Zwilling. I hope I pronounce it right. I always thought it's a German company, but for some reason mine made in Italy. But anyway, for every house, we need a small size frying pan to fry your eggs, to fry small portions of food. What you pay attention to, your frying pan should have weight on it. It shouldn't be very light. You should pay attention for the bottom, how thick it is. The thick bottom always, you can feel it. You should have a thick bottom. Your frying pan should be suitable for every cooking source, like gas, electricity, induction stove. You look for your signs and you make sure it's heavy, the heaviest you can get. This is gonna work. This one probably 2 years old already and it's still doing the job okay. What I do recommend, especially if you don't have induction stove, for induction stove is different story. What I do recommend, you should have cast iron frying pan. See, mine is from you should have a good frying pan, cast iron one. It will work miracles. It will last you forever. It's gonna have those like burning signs, but it's still not gonna burn your food. invest in good cast iron frying pan. Make it suitable for your sorry, I don't know why I'm nervous. So cast iron frying pans should, I don't know. That's a cold beauty to be like. Sometimes you just freeze in front of the camera. Sorry guys. The best suggestion I can make for you, cast iron frying pan. Will last forever, will cook your food properly. They usually come in a bigger size, like you should take medium size, suitable for your family. But the only thing about the cast iron frying pans, they don't work good with induction stoves. I have induction stove and I almost stopped using my cast iron frying pans. Why? Because in induction stove, when your frying pan get the heat, the induction start lowering the power and your food doesn't cook properly on a cast iron. It's a debate. Some people say it works properly. For me, cast iron frying pan doesn't work great on my induction stove. So if you don't have induction stove, it's hardly recommended. You can buy it and you can use it forever. Like the cast iron pans, they literally been for centuries, and you still can use like the one is like 200 years old. Nothing is going to happen to it. It's healthy. It works perfectly. One more thing you should think. Oh my goodness, Lord, what's wrong with me today? One more thing you need. It's a big pot for your soups. If you cook soups, obviously. But I think every family with small kids will need a big pot. You can cook pasta in it, you can cook your soup. The big pot is a must-have in every house. The next one you need to have is a small pot. Yeah, I love mine with glass lids, so you see what's going on, how it's boiling. The small pot for your eggs, for small portions of food. Always you should have a little one in the house. Again, for your pots, you should make sure the bottom of it is thick. Why? Because sometimes you need to fry your onions for your soups or your carrots for your soups. Your bottom should be thick, your pot should be heavy. Don't buy the pot which is not heavy. It's gonna burn easily and you're not gonna have a good quality of food in there. See, this one is pretty heavy as well. It's not that big, but the bottom is, you can see it written probably. This is how thick is the bottom. So I can easily saute my onions and carrots before I start making my soup. I can do everything in one pot. I don't need to use the frying pans. Now we're gonna talk about my all-time favorite. This is Staub. Staub, it could be your advertising. Cast iron Dutch oven. This one, obviously, for me, and I think for many people, this is the king of the kitchen. It's expensive, guys. It's not that easy to go and buy. In Canada, it's around $500 for the big size. They sometimes go on sale, and you can put it probably on your Christmas list or your birthday wish list. For my opinion, the Staub Dutch oven is a must-have in every house. When you have Staub Dutch oven, you can replace all your pots because you can cook your soups, your stews. You can put it in the oven, you can cook it at the stovetop. It's amazing. It's cast iron again. It lasts forever. There is other one, I believe they called La Crest. The same is the same from France. It's a French company, but they have those. They don't have cast iron inside. They have this glaze, and I did a lot of search, and this glaze doesn't work with the time properly that much. If you don't use it properly, the food starts sticking to the glaze, and I choose to go with simple cast iron. Staub comes with different sizes, different shapes. You choose the one that's suitable for your family. Depend how big is your family, how much food do you need. But again, this is must have. It's very heavy, guys. Like, it's hard to put it in the refrigerator if you want. You have to remove it. It's heavy, even empty, but it's well worth it. I know the difference. I had many different Dutch ovens. I had many different pots. This one replacing technically everything. If you have those cast iron Staub in two sizes, you can technically replace the whole pots and pans in your house. It's very heavy. It's very durable. Works on every surface. For some unbelievable reason, I can cook no problem on induction oven with my Dutch oven, no problem, but with my cast iron frying pan doesn't work properly. So highly recommend it. Put it on your wish list. You will thank me later. The next one, I'm talking about the bare minimum for every house, what you need to be able to cook, if you really want to be able to cook. The next one, it's a baking dishes for the oven. Again, it's not advertising, unfortunately. Stop, it could be your advertising. With the many purchases and mistakes, I come to conclusion, again, you buy the most expensive one you can afford. This is Staub. It works great. It doesn't chip. It doesn't chip because see, this one is made in Portuguese. This is what happened after a couple uses. You just sometimes you just kick it accidentally and it chips easily. See, it chips. I don't use it that much anymore because really, when you do your dish and you want to present it on the table, you don't want your guests to see that. They crack too. Before I will show you right now. One of my huge baking dishes. This is Portugal as well. No, that is made in China. I use it probably a couple times and already there's a cracks, which is not safe for your oven. Those little cracks, and it's not a glaze crack, it's an actual crack in the dish. I think after second usage, it's already showed the crack, and it can crack like completely in the oven. You don't want to clean up this mess. So when it comes to the baking dishes, your casseroles, the dishes, choose the most expensive one you can afford. Go with Staub probably, again, I can recommend. Or make sure it's heavy. Again, it should be heavy. Wherever you put in the oven, it should be heavy. See, this one, it's smaller dish, but still, it's not heavy. You can feel it. It's light. That's the quality of the material itself. It's not that good. Staub is heavy. It's heavy to lift, but the quality is amazing. The casserole dishes, they come in different shapes. See, even this one, this is not Staub. This is like, what is this? This is Natural Elements. This is some unknown company. But again, even if it's smaller dish, but it's pretty heavy, I got it in black because it looks good on the pictures when I do it for Instagram and for YouTube. Comes in white too. Make sure your baking dish is heavy. The next thing you need, probably, if you want to make some pies and breads, maybe sometimes, banana breads, very popular in North America, you should have a little form for this. They come in different shapes again. You choose what you like. But again, even those ones, they deform. If they're too thin, they deform, they get rusted. So don't waste your money. Sometimes you can see something cheap, you buy it, after like 6 months, 1 year, you throw it away. Don't waste your money. When it comes to dineware, choose the best you can have. Another one, this is a good example. I will show you, it's even discolored, it's clean, but you cannot take the stains off. This one I got cheap in Winners. I don't bake that much, so I said, okay, for me it will be fine. But the material is thin. And it's already, I use it probably 2-3 times, maybe 5. And it's already discolored and I cannot clean it. No matter what I do, it doesn't clean. And it already doesn't close properly. So even for pie forms, like make sure it's a good quality. Don't get cheap on it. Another thing I think very useful in every house, it's a ceramic pie form. You can make your quiches in it, you can make your pies. Very useful. very long lasting. This is like not Staub, but I forgot the company name. I think we have it in Canadian Tire, and it lasts me for many years. It holds well the temperature. Why it's important to have thick walls and thick bottom for all your dishes? Because it holds the temperature. When you cook, it's not only your pot or your frying pan, it's not only a vessel where you put your food, it's a cooking instrument which needs to hold the heat. When you bake in a pie or quiche, it's important that the heat distribute evenly in the oven. It's important that it holds the heat evenly, so your pie goes up, your quiche is not sagging. That's why it's important how thick is your walls and how thick is the bottom of your cooking ware. Baking sheets. If you bake cookies and stuff, you might want to have a separate baking sheet from your meat or potatoes. I use lots of time, like I use my baking sheets for the potatoes. I do roasted potatoes, or you use it for the meat. And usually when you use it for the meat and potatoes, it's discolored. It leaves stains. And if you want to bake the cookies, you want it to look pretty. So I keep separate baking sheets for cookies, and they always look nice. They come in a nice color, so you might want to consider to buy those. Let me see if I have any questions here. Oh, I have lots of people watching me. Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you for watching. I hope you find it useful. Another thing you should have in every house is a calendar. I use a small one. It's enough for my family. You can buy a bigger one, and it's really hard to live without one, because when you wash your berries, when you wash your fruits and vegetables, I always use a colander. When you drain your pasta, you use your colander. There's some pasta dishes they have colander attached, but I prefer to use the old-fashioned one. One more thing I found extremely useful. It's a mixing box. I got those on Amazon, and they come with the lids. And guys, it's the best purchase I made in years for my kitchen. You mix your salad, you cover it with the lid, and you're good to go. They cost about $50 actually for 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 of them. They come with a beautiful red lid. You make your salad, you put it in the refrigerator, you cover it before you need to serve it. Beautiful purchase. I highly recommend it. I don't use plastics anymore. And I use it as a storage containers as well. The best purchase I made for my kitchen for many years. Come different sizes. Again, not cheap, but very useful and will last you forever. I hate to use plastic lately. It gets discolored, it gets like cloudy. No good. One more thing. Even if you're not a big baker, even if you're not a big cooker, I think every house should have a little hand blender. Mine is antique. You guys don't need to choose something cheap, something expensive and something fancy. This one, I think I bought it 20 years ago, and I think it cost like $20 maybe. The hand blender, I use it for all my soups, puree soups. You can do every puree job you need. It's good enough if you don't do big quantities, if you don't have a huge amount of cooking. Gives beautiful job. And I have a little, why there's water inside? I had my kids here, maybe they've been playing with this. And it comes with a little chopper here. You just attach the stem handle. It blends beautifully, chops your food beautifully. The job well done, all in $20, and it lasts forever. Again, if you're a big baker, you love to bake, you do lots of stuff, you can buy one of those big, it's called planetary mixers, stand mixers. You can buy those. I had one, again, from Amazon for $100 probably, and I hardly bake and it works great for me. If you're a big baker, you can buy those expensive KitchenAid ones. Obviously, the more job you do, like, you need the better stuff. But if you're not a big baker, this little thing will be a big help for you. Knives. When we talk about knives, you should understand every knife is doing a different job, and there is a reason for this. So minimum, what you should have. I have this block of knives, but minimum you should have a big knife for your meat. Cutting your salad does a beautiful job. And where is the rest of my knives? Found it. I have a little knife. This is a peeling knife. You peel your onions, your potatoes, your vegetables. You have a little one. I have a medium one. I don't know where did it go. So when it comes to the knife, again, make sure it's made from the good steel, from the good company, and it will last you forever. Also, you should pay attention for the handle. The handle shouldn't be cheap attached to the blade shouldn't be cheaply attached to the handle. I don't know if you can see properly here. The blade goes all the way to the end with the two plastics attached to it. This way it doesn't break easily. When you have the cheap knives, I have some cheap ones here. Put it downstairs. With the cheap knives, sometimes the blade goes like up to here only. Then it's a plastic. When you bend it wrong, it can break, it can cut your fingers. You don't want to do this. Cutting boards. When it comes to cutting boards, I think everybody knows. If you don't know, listen carefully. It's really, really important to use separate cutting boards for the meat, for the fruits and vegetables. Always keep them in different color, so you know which one is the meat, which one is the vegetables. Never use a wood cutting board for your meats or your fish. You know why? Because it's very absorbent material. The wood is absorbent material, and no matter how much you wash it, you cannot put it in a dishwasher. No matter how much you wash it, the juices from the chicken will go inside, and your cutting board can be contaminated. You don't want this when you cook, or even if somebody grabbing the cutting board in a house and cutting vegetables on some meat board, you don't want it to be dirty. So always for your meat, use plastic cutting boards. Make sure you clean them in a dishwasher. Make sure you clean them good, so it's clean and it's not contaminated. For your fruits, vegetables, you can use wherever you want. I love to use wood ones. They look nice. They touch very like that. When I touch them, they're very they're very touchable. Okay, today's my English is not brightest I ever had. So you can choose wherever you want, but make sure it's separate from the meat. This is very important. What else you might want to have in your house? I didn't talk about it last week. The cheese board. The cheese boards, usually, they already sell them with knives attached to it, cheese knives and forks. But my advice, don't buy it too small, because mine, if you see, it's like pretty small. It looks okay to put just a couple pieces of cheese on there, but if you want to do the charcuterie board, you want to put a little grapes, a little crackers, this board not gonna do the job, because after you put a couple of grapes and crackers, there's no literally place to put the cheese. So I use it just a regular cutting board, buy a nice one. You can use it as a charcuterie board. This is a basic you might want to have in your house to be able to cook. You can put in comment lines what you guys use, what you cannot imagine your house without. Obviously, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything in the future. Thank you for everybody who already subscribed. I love you, and I see you next time.